Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the best blitzes in Madden 24. We're going to have about 5 blitzes that we're going to be going through. These are, in my opinion, the top 5 blitzes in the game. We're going to start out in the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. We're going to be in the 4-3 even 6-1 formation, and we're going to be calling this play Sam Blitz 3, and we have auto flip off. We're going to go ahead and flip this play. I think it makes blitz a little bit better. And then what we're going to do for the setup is we're going to pinch our defensive line. We're going to crash our defensive line to the left. We're going to stand about right here with our user, and what you're going to see is we're going to get this nice pressure around the edge every single time. Now, the beauty of this defense is you can send 5, pretty much guarantee that you're going to get nice pressure against the opponent, while also still maintaining the ability to do some of the things that 6-1 is so good at, which is getting nice disengages out of send 3 and send 4 pressure systems. So this is the number one blitz we want to go over, and we actually just dropped, if you're watching this video today, we just dropped a full revamp of our 4-3 even 6-1 defensive ebook that shows you not only how to create incredible pressure concepts, how to stop the run, but also some of the most in-depth tutorials that I've ever given on breaking down some of the best formations in the game, how to defend things like bunch, how to defend things like U-trips, trips, tight. All of that stuff is broken down in the Patreon. So if you want to get access to that, the link's going to be in the description down below. But 4-3 even 6-1, and then of course you have the disengage. The way you set up the disengage out of 6-1 is you're just going to simply pinch your defensive line, crash your defensive line down, and then you're going to stand in about that same spot that we did for the blitz, but now we're going to be playing maximum coverage defense, and sometimes you'll get these random disengages up the middle. So the next blitz that we're going to be going over is the free safety zone blitz out of the $3-2 formation, and this is can also be ran out of the multiple defensive playbook with the cover 2 press. I'm in the Kansas City Chiefs playbook for these couple of blitzes. I wanted to show you just because we have 4-3 even 6-1 in here. If you want to run just dollar, I really like the cover 2 press defense as well, but let's show you how to set this up. So really important, we're going to still have auto flip off because we always want that blitz to come in off of the left-hand side. All we're going to do to set this blitz up is we're going to pinch our defensive line, and then we're going to put that safety that is in a blitz angle, we're going to put him into a zone coverage. And a lot of times what's going to happen is it's going to come through the A gap. Now in practice mode, I find that this blitz is a little less consistent than it is in game. But if you wanted to make this blitz a little bit more consistent in game, then go ahead and blitz that slot corner on that side. So as you can see here, I got the slot corner blitzing now. Now it becomes a send 5 pressure. And as you can see, this is absolutely going to scream at your opponent. So very simple defense. Again, if you want to get this defensive ebook, I have the full scheme available in the Patreon for just $10. You get access to everything. So you get our 4-3 even 6-1 defense, as well as our dollar defense, as well as all of the other defenses we're going to be showing you today. And of course, all of our offensive stuff. We've got over 15 different offensive and defensive ebooks in there. So I would really encourage you if you want to get better at Madden. I think defense is really hard this year. We got some really good stuff in the Patreon to help you become a better defensive player. All right, so that's dollar. That's free safety zone blitz. Now the next blitz that we're going to be showing you out of this little mini guide here is going to be at $1 as well, and it's going to actually be a much better pressure system. So the next blitz we're going to be showing you is still going to be out of the dollar defense, and we're going to be taking a look at the play spinner. Now, again, really important. I like to recommend having auto flip off for this. If you want to put baseline on, you certainly can. It doesn't hurt. But I do want to show you, I think spinner is the best blitz in the game by far. And the reason why is because of the blitz angles that you have stock built into the play. So what you're going to do is you're just going to pinch your defensive line. And then from there, what I like to do, especially if I'm defending a formation like gun bunch, for example, is we'll probably go ahead and drop this guy on the right into a hard flat, crossman the tight end, and then maybe press this guy in a third on the outside. So what this defense is going to do is it's kind of similar to that free safety zone blitz, but if you notice that left side blitzing angle is slightly different, it's going to make it much more effective for that A-gap pressure to come in, as you can see. Now, let's say, for example, that we wanted to send some different types of pressure out of this. That's what's also really unique about dollar, in my opinion, and really about this right here is that we can send some really unique pressure as well. So what we can do here is we can actually zone this linebacker out. So let's put him in man coverage on the tight end, and we can send the defense like this. A lot of times it will come off of one, if not both of the edges. So that's another like kind of uniqueness about spinner that you don't quite get out of some of the other plays in this formation. If you want to send the edge pressure, you can also just kind of crash your D-line inside. It'll make it a little bit better of an edge rush, as you can see, but really nice little pressure here out of dollar. Another way that you can run this blitz is by shifting your D-line to the right, and then you're going to zone out this corner here. So maybe we wanted to do something like, this with the cross man over here on the tight end, and then we're just going to go user him. But what you'll see, a lot of times you're going to get edge pressure and A-gap pressure. So it's just some different strategies for how to go about creating pressure here. My favorite way to blitz, though, out of spinner is still to pinch my defensive line. I still like to basically do this adjustment right here. I think this is the best blitz in the game. I think this is the best way to defend bunch in the game. I think this is the best way to defend most of the formations in the game because you're going to get nice pressure, and you just got to use the running back if he does go out on a route. The next blitz we're going to be showing you is out of the dime normal defense. Really like this. This is going to be the dime blitz 3. Really nice little pressure. You could pair this with other plays in this formation, such as cover 3 cloud. But what we're going to be doing with this defense is we're just going to turn our auto flip defensive play call off. We want to make sure our auto alignment for this is on default. And then we're going to flip the dime blitz 3. So as you can see, it's going to look like this. And then we're just going to call it. And all we're going to do is we're just going to pinch our defense. And we're going to stand, as you can see right here, we're right over the center. We're going to stand just to that side, as you can see. And what you're going to do is you're going to get this nice little disengaged B-gap pressure that really gets up on your opponent quick and can get you some easy sacks. So again, we'll show it to you again. Just pinch your defense, and then you're going to stand about right here. And what you'll see is it's either going to come off of the edge or through the B gap. Now, if you stand to the right side of the center, I will show you what that looks like as well. So let's say we wanted to stand kind of right over in here. Sometimes this blitz can still come through in terms of the disengage, in terms of the gap pressure. And what this allows us to do also is it allows us to send this corner over here on the right. So let's say we wanted to, kind of send a lot of pressure. We could do something like this. And now we got 2 types of pressure coming in, really a way to really blitz heavy out of this formation. And yeah, so this is the dime blitz 3. Again, all you do is you have to be in DB. In my opinion, it's the best if you're in this DB blitz 3, and it's also the best if you come out and pinch your defense and you run it on auto flip off, but you flip the play. Now, the other thing I wanted to say is if you crash your defensive line to the right, it'll make those blitz angles a little sharper, and that can be advantageous, as you'll see right here, get a little bit cleaner of pressure. So you're also, that's another little tool in your toolkit here. Just crash your line to the right. If we do send that 6 man out of this and they do block their running back, what you'll see is a lot of times it'll come around the opposite edge and give you potential to get a sack against a blocked running back or a blocked tight end. So that's what's really nice about the dime defense is you're able to send 6 and typically able to get 2 free. And again, if you send that 5 man, it's really probably one of the better 5 mans in the game, just in terms of the speed at which the pressure is able to get on you. And then you can obviously kind of make whatever adjustments you want out of this. You can bluff this blitz and kind of turn it into a little bit of a disengaged defense here, where we're going to pinch our defensive line, we're going to crash down, and then we're just going to cross man the tight end. And this is actually a really good adjustment for bunch because you can stop that tight end verticals route, and then you also have some nice coverage on the back end. So that's dime blitz 3. Again, set up, just pinch your defense, and then I like to crash to the right, and what you'll see is oftentimes it's going to get a little nice disengage up the A gap or the B gap. The last defense that we're going to be going over in this video is the nickel 3-3. This defense has been really good for the last several years in Madden. There's always a really good blitz out of this formation. If you master this formation, it will probably cross-apply in almost any Madden that you play. The play we're taking a look at today is nickel blitz 0. Real quick, make sure your auto flip defensive play call is off. You can leave your auto alignment on default or baseline if you want, and we are going to flip this play so that our nickel corner is on the right side of the screen. The setup for this blitz is we're going to pinch our defensive line, shift our linebackers across the formation, or shift our linebackers to the left. We're going to blitz all of our linebackers, and then really important, we're going to take this nickel corner here, and we can just put him on a hard flat. What you're going to see here is this is a 5-man blitz. I'll show you how to make it a 4-man blitz here in just a minute, but you're going to see that this is a really consistent 5-man A-gap. I would say this is a little bit more of a consistent A-gap blitz than the dollar defense is, but it's not quite as good coverage as dollar provides, so just keep that in mind as you're building your defense. If you want to send 4, you can zone out that blitzing linebacker on the left. We really always want to send this A-gap blitzer. Again, kind of like the dollar defense, The 4-man is not going to be 100% consistent. It's a lot more consistent in game than it is in practice mode from what I have found. But this defense is a really good defense because the 5-man blitz, I think, is just super, super good. So you could go with an adjustment like this and have everything covered off of the snap and have a really nice little 5-man pressure. The beauty of the 5-man pressure also is typically if they block a running back or they block a tight end, more so if they block a tight end, but if they block a running back as well, a lot of times what happens is this blitz will still come in even if they're blocking people. So this is just this A-gap blitz angle is super hard to pick up. He gets quick sheds on the running back all the time because he's a linebacker. Very, very nice little blitz here out of the nickel 3-3. And again, you could send 4, you can send 5. You could even send 6 if you wanted to. If you want to send 6, go for it. This will certainly come in if they block a running back. You'll see here you get a disengage up to B gap. So if you ever really want to send a lot of pressure at your opponent, send the 6-man variation of this blitz. But this defense is so, so effective. And I think people are kind of sleeping on this later in the year. I still think this is one of the best defenses in the game. And if you understand, you see just how fast the pressure can get up on you, and then of course you can play coverage in behind it to kind of disguise it. So you can easily just zone out this guy if you wanted to do something like this. This is pretty good little coverage here, and then you're just going to stand kind of right in here, and really nice coverage for a bunch, and really can kind of craft your coverages however you like. I hope that you enjoyed this video, guys. These are the top 5 blitzes in Madden. If you enjoyed this, I think you're going to love the Patreon. The Patreon is where we get access, where you get access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks. It's also where we really take a lot of time to break this down, explain why these blitzes are as good as they are, and also how to adjust out of the blitzes to make your defense a nice holistic defense that can actually compete and actually get some stops this year, which I think a lot of people, they just can't do that this year. So, yeah, really encourage you, if you want to take your Madden game to the next level, to join the Patreon. I hope you enjoyed this video. This has been the top 5 defensive blitzes to take your Madden game to the next level.